In the last lecture, we have proved existence theorem that tells us there exists a unique Hilbert adjoint operator of a bounded linear operator on a Hilbert space. Today we will find the Hilbert adjoint operators of shift operators, and we will also discuss self-adjoint operators. As shift operators are mappings on L2 space, let us recall L2 space. L2 is the set of all sequences of scalars x is equal to alpha I sequence such that the infinite series summation over I belongs to n mod of alpha I whole square converges, that is the sum of this series is finite. And we have also proved that L2 space is a Banach space with norm 2 defined as for x is equal to sequence alpha I in L2 space, norm 2 of x is equal to summation over I belongs to n mod of alpha I whole square. We also know that L2 is an inner product space with the inner product defined as follows. For sequence x is equal to alpha I in L2 and y is equal to sequence beta I in L2, inner product of x and y is equal to inner product of sequence alpha I, sequence beta I, and this is equal to summation over I belongs to n alpha I complex conjugate of beta I. And the norm induced by this inner product is given by norm of xx is equal to norm of sequence alpha I, and that is equal to summation over I belongs to n alpha I into complex conjugate of alpha I, and this is equal to summation over I belongs to n mod of alpha I whole square. And so this implies that inner product of xx is equal to norm 2 of x. That means the this norm 2 is induced by the inner product on L2, and so this space L2 is also a Hilbert space because this is complete. As this is a Banach space, this is complete, and so this is a Hilbert space. L2 is a Hilbert space. Now the problem is to find the Hilbert adjoint operator of shift operators. We know that there are two shift operators. By left shift operator, we mean the function SL from L2 to L2 defined as follows. For sequence X given by alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 like this, image of X under SL is given by sequence alpha 2, alpha 3, alpha 4 like this. By right shift operator, we mean the function SR from L2 to L2 defined as follows. For sequence X given by alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 like this, image of X under SR is equal to 0, alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 sequence. Here first term of the sequence is 0. As L2 is a Hilbert space, and we know that both SL and SR, left shift operator and right shift operator, are bounded linear operators we have seen earlier. So by existence theorem, there exist unique Hilbert adjoint operators SL star and SR star of SL and SR respectively. Let X be a sequence given by alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 in L2, and Y be a sequence given by beta 1, beta 2, beta 3 in L2. Then image of X under SL is equal to alpha 2, alpha 3, alpha 4 like this, and image of Y under SL is beta 2, beta 3, beta 4 like this. And image of X under SL is equal to, here first term is 0, then alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 like this, and image of Y under SR is equal to 0, beta 1, beta 2, beta 3 like this. First, we show that SL star is equal to SR, that is Hilbert adjoint operator of left shift operator is equal to right shift operator. Now we find inner product of SL of x and y, and that is equal to alpha 2 complex conjugate of beta 1 plus alpha 3 complex conjugate of beta 2 plus alpha 4 complex conjugate of beta 3, like this. And we find inner product of x and SR of y. Then this is equal to alpha 1 into 0 plus alpha 2 complex conjugate of beta 1 plus alpha 3 complex conjugate of beta 2, like this. Then we have two equations, first and second, and from these two equations we get actually these two expressions are equal, so we have inner product of SL of x and y is equal to inner product of x SR of y for every x in L2. And but we know that inner product of SL of x y is equal to inner product of x and SL star of y for every x y in L2. And if we compare these two expressions, then we find that inner product of x SRY is equal to inner product of SL star of y for every xy in L2, and this implies that SL star of y is equal to SR of y for every y in L2, and this implies these two mappings are equal. That means SL star is equal to SR, and we can say that Hilbert adjoint operator of left shift operator is right shift operator. Next, we show that SR star is equal to SL, that is Hilbert adjoint operator of right shift operator is equal to left shift operator. Let x is equal to sequence alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha n in L2, and y is equal to sequence beta 1, beta 2 in L2, and then we can find images of x and y under right shift operator and left shift operator. Now we find inner product of SR of x and y, then we get 0 into complex conjugate of beta 1 plus alpha 1 complex conjugate of beta 2 plus alpha 2 complex conjugate of beta 3, like this. Then we get third equation, and next we find inner product of x and SL of y. Then we find that this is equal to alpha 1 complex conjugate of beta 2 plus alpha 2 complex conjugate of beta 3, like this. Then we get fourth equation, and from these two equations we find that both expressions are equal. So we have inner product of SR of x and y is equal to inner product of x and SLY for every xy in L2. But we know that inner product of SR of x and y is equal to inner product of x Hilbert adjoint operator, that is SR star of SR star of y for every xy in L2. And from these two expressions we get inner product of x SLY is equal to inner product of x SR star of y for every xy in L2, and this implies SR star of y is equal to SL of y for every y in L2. This implies that SR star is equal to SL, that is Hilbert adjoint operator of right shift operator is left shift operator. Now we define self-adjoint operator. Let H be a Hilbert space, then a bounded linear operator T from H to itself is said to be a self-adjoint operator if and only if T star is equal to T. That is, Hilbert adjoint operator of T is T itself. Now we will discuss two examples. Example 1 is null operator. Null operator, that is zero operator from H to H, and we know that 0 of x is equal to 0 for every x in H. Then we shall show that null operator is a self-adjoint operator. We know that zero operator or null operator is the bounded linear operator. So by existence theorem, its Hilbert adjoint operator, that is 0 star, exists. And we know that Hilbert adjoint operator satisfies the condition, that is inner product of x 0 star y is equal to inner product of 0 of x and y. And this is equal to inner product of 0 y, and this is equal to, we know this is equal to 0, and this is equal to inner product of x and 0 of y, because its value is also 0 for every xy in H. This implies that 0 star of y is equal to 0 of y for every y in H. This implies that 0 star is equal to 0, that is 0 is a self-adjoint operator. Now, second example is identity operator. Identity operator I from H to H is defined as I of x is equal to x for every x in H. And we shall show that this is also a self-adjoint operator. We know that I is a bounded linear operator. So by existence theorem, its Hilbert adjoint operator, that is I star exists. And we know that inner product of x and I star of y is equal to inner product of I of x and y, and this is equal to inner product of x and y, and this is equal to inner product of x and I of y for every x, y in H. So this implies that I star of y is equal to I of y for every y in H. And this implies, by equality of functions, this implies that I star is equal to I. That means Hilbert adjoint operator of identity operator is identity operator itself. So I is a self-adjoint operator. Thank you.